Lafayette, how we doing tonight? Or today? It's today! Man, who here just woke up? No, a couple people. Okay, great. I am gonna turn the music down, like magic. Ooh, the iPad. My name is Kenny. My wife and I own Doghouse Music Studios, which you are in right now. This is a living and breathing music studio. 700 musicians a year come here, from Babyface to the Motet to Joe Cocker, rest in peace. I don't know who else. Yeah, there's a lot of folks that come through here. We are so excited. This is like the first amazing comedy thing that we have ever done, that we've had so many people here. So give yourselves a round of applause for being here. I just want to thank you for giving this a chance and for seeing all these wonderful comedians today. If you do want to see music here, we have a ton of concerts. We have open mic nights. We have community songwriter events, all sorts of stuff. We run a nonprofit. So if you want to volunteer, get free tickets to shows, festivals, and stuff, feel free and reach out to me. I'm going to be also the bartender, because I do 3 or 4 things around here. I also want to start out with a quick giveaway. I have never been able to say this before, so I'm really excited. If you are sitting in a chair right now, underneath 2 chairs are 2 pairs of tickets to this year's Lafayette Music Fest. So look under your chairs. You might be a winner. Who got it? We got one. Where's the other one? Who's got the other one? We got one. All right. Congratulations. Woo! Yes, that is a scroll that was delivered here by an owl this morning. So please email us and say that you're a winner, and you'll get an email back with 2 tickets to the Lafayette Music Fest that we put on. So thank you again for being here. I am going to give it to the comics now. Ricky Ramos, is that right? Yeah, everybody give it up for Ricky Ramos!
La Fiesta. Lafayette. Sorry. I was doing some stuff at La Fiesta in Denver last night, so. Lafayette. Holy smokes. Welcome to the Boulder Comedy Festival, Boozy Brunch Show. This is officially, I think, became my show now. Every Boulder Comedy Festival, I host the Boozy Brunch Show, because you should have been drinking with us last night, is basically, you need a little bit of the hair of the dog that bit you. So if you were at the carne asada with us last night at Boulder Comedy Festival, you know we overdrank. So that's why we're here, to get a mimosa this morning. Holy smokes, I am a fish out of water in this crowd. Whoo! I feel like, okay, you guys will get this one. I feel like, remember that movie with Kevin Costner where he had to like try to befriend the Indians? You know what I mean? Like, Dances with Wolves. Instead, it's like Dances with Cholos now, right now. You guys, oh my God. I don't even think I have the right credit score to be in this room, to tell you the truth. I'm not even supposed to be here. I was in Longmont selling Coke to them up there. Zoe pulled up. She's like, I need 1 for diversity. I ran. I pushed everybody out of the way. I jumped in the back. I'm here. No, for real. I'll be done here in a minute. I got to go in the back and mop some of the other stuff that they... I did. I came in and they started me pushing chairs and shit. I was like, oh, yeah, let's put the Mexican to work right away. I get it. Oh, Lafayette. My God. I just can't get over... to be honest, I haven't been in a room with this many white people since I was convicted of a jury of my own peers, you guys. Oh, I feel bad because, my newest 10 minutes is just digging into white people. You know, I don't want to do that to you guys. Actually, you know what? We'll do a little bit, okay? We were just in Albuquerque. We did Santa Fe, and then we did Albuquerque, and then we came back home. And when we were in Albuquerque, they were like, "It must be hard being a Hispanic comedian in Denver. There's a lot of white people in the crowd, a lot of white comics." And I'm like, yes, and yes, There are. And they always throw this at me. They always say this statement. I hate it so much. They always say, white people ain't got no culture. I hate that statement because you guys do. Don't deny that for yourselves. You guys have one of the most wildest cultures I've ever seen on this planet. For example, you guys will drive around in all these fancy, expensive cars, Mercedes, Jaguars, Rivians, but you'll still, and I noticed one thing, that the more expensive the car is, I noticed that the turn signals don't work in that bitch, huh, Bob? I know. You're like, fuck this, nobody needs to know where I'm going. I'm going to vote and call the cops right now. I like it too when you guys get mad. You get that little pop in your step. You guys are a trip. You guys drive around in all these expensive ass cars, but you still go to Great Clips and let them fuck your head up for $20, dog. What is that all about? That's wild. You guys will be on the corners protesting, no plastic bags, no plastic straws. But then leave all your dog shit in a plastic bag on the trailhead over here? What? Oh, that one cut deep. Okay. We'll bring it back. Being a comedian, my favorite part of being a comedian is in the daytime, my wife and my kids, they go to school, she goes to work, and my favorite thing about being a comedian is staying home and smoking weed by myself. I love it, dude. I love daytime television. I'm a big fan of daytime television. My favorite show, hands down, daytime television, when Drew Carey goes off the air, Price is Right goes off the air, Dateline comes on. Yes! I knew it. I knew you guys would love Dateline. I love Dateline, bro. Because of the white people. I learned another thing about your guys' culture watching Dateline. I noticed one thing, that you guys don't get divorced. You guys just fucking kill each other off. You don't care. You're like, oops, he fell off the cruise ship. Oops, he fell in the wood chipper. There was one episode where the lady was mixing antifreeze in the homeboy's food. I was like, oh, like he's a New York alley cat? That's disgusting. I don't want to watch this no more. So I grew up in Denver. I'm originally from Denver, 38th and Federal, before the gentrification. My heritage got kicked out. My culture got kicked out. I made a little bit of money from comedy, so I moved out this way. And whew, I'll tell you one thing. Boulder's a trip. Boulder's the only place I know where all the homeless people have iPhones, dog. It's crazy. We were shopping for one of the kids' birthdays the other day, and I remember being a kid on 16th Street Mall, and my dad would pull his change out and give it to the homeless people on 16th Street Mall. You don't even got to do that no more. I just scanned the homeless guy with my phone, and then I kept walking. He got mad because I didn't give him gratuity. I'm trying to figure out where you guys are for the rest of the comics, okay? I'm starting this car slow. You guys, you remember when you had to pump the gas and then start? That's what I'm doing, you guys, okay? I'm not going to just throw you in a lowrider and take off, all right? Oh, you guys. So the one thing that I hate the most, hands down, about all the gentrification in Denver is those fucking scooters. I hate those fucking scooters, dude. For one, I can't be intimidating on a scooter, okay? It does just, you have to smile when you're on a, I'm like, nah, fuck that scooter, dude. I hate that thing. Hands down, I hate it. It's the worst part about Denver right now. So I am a millennial. Pushing 40s. You know, I've been through a lot. And my favorite thing, too, is that the news keeps doing is they keep trying to throw curveballs at us, right? Like the other day, they were like, a meteor's coming to hit us. A meteorite's coming to hit us. I was like, thank God. Okay? Thank God. Dude, I've been through it all. I've been through Y2K, right? We watched 9/11 happen. They found Osama bin Laden in a hole because of child support. Like, there was COVID. Like, I've been through a lot. So when they were like, a meteor's coming, I was like, good. The only thing that pisses me off about a meteor hitting me is I just got my credit score over 700 the other day, Barbara. It pisses me out. You know how hard that was? That was harder than parole, you guys. All right. I'll hit you with a couple more, and then we'll get this party started. What do you say? You know? So I get stereotyped all the time. I get stereotyped, right? Every city we go to, we were just in Albuquerque, we were in Philly not too long ago. Every time I'm downtown Metropolis after the show, I'll be smoking weed in the back, right? Just, and they're like, Ramos, let's go to the hotel or Denny's or wherever we're going. So there I am walking downtown Metropolis, right? And I get stereotyped. Little old white lady sees me, middle of the night, chains, neck tattoos. What does she do? You know, ma'am. You know. Boom! She clenches the purse, right? Barbara, you clench the purse. I hate that stereotype. Because I'm like, this little old bitch thinks she's stronger than me right now? See what's going on right here? Okay. I was trying to see. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out where you guys are. I know we're not there yet, right? We're not there yet. Don't you guys hate it when you buy Coke and it's drywall? Okay, see, we're not there yet. We got a wonderful boozy brunch show, you guys. I'm going to be your host all afternoon. I like how the DJ was like, who just woke up in a room full of you motherfuckers been up since 6 o'clock. I already know. Walking the dog, checking the garden. Watched an episode of Dateline already. There we go. Okay, the geriatric jokes is what you want. You guys are a trip. Are we having fun yet, Boulder? Lafayette? Boulder Comedy Festival, you guys. It keeps getting better and better every year. I've had the opportunity to work with it throughout the whole entirety of it. I've been able to help out, do shows. It's been an amazing run, and I'm glad that you guys have been a part of it this year and are going to be a part of it next year. Is that right? If y'all are rocking with me this afternoon, can I get a ahua? Ooh, you guys actually did that very well. Somebody's been going to 3 margaritas. All right, let's get this show popping. What do you guys say, huh? This first comedian coming to the stage, very, very hilarious. I'm going to start you guys out with some local stuff, and then we'll get some travelers through here. This first comedian, she's down in Denver. You can find her at the Comedy Works, things of that nature. Give it up for Leah Althoff.
Hello. Okay, I like that you laugh at that. That was cool. This is gonna go really good. Yeah. I do like, is anyone here actually boozing? That's what I thought. I was like, I'm pretty sure everybody's drinking LaCroix, sparkling water. That's good for you. You're the only one now. How do you feel about that? Just kidding. She likes to party, if you guys are trying to go out after. Wow, okay, yeah. I'm excited to be here. You guys are like, that is not what an excited person sounds like. But I love doing comedy. A lot of people think it's because I like telling jokes, but really, I just want to be heard. Oh. I also like making people uncomfortable. Yeah, I am pretty good at it. But no, I wrote that joke because of the volume of my voice. I like speaking into a microphone because I have a really soft voice. My voice is so soft that on a windy day, I don't even bother speaking. Yeah. I've had people come up to me after shows before and be like, I didn't hear some of the things you had to say, but they felt funny. So I laughed. And I was like, wow, thanks, Grandma. My #1 fan. I'm living in Denver now. I'm not originally from Denver. I moved here from Minnesota, land of 10,000 lakes. That's our claim to fame. We all know this. We're nodding along. Yeah, the land of 10,000 lakes. I've peed in about 10 of them. Yeah. It's kind of like our version of a 14er. Yeah. 10 down, 9,990 to go. But yeah, I've moved to Denver 9 years ago now. Wow. And it has changed me. I started getting tattoos. because I ran out of room for stickers on my water bottle. Gosh, yeah. You guys have seen these people, but you can't blame them. You walk into any business and there's stickers everywhere, and they're always free if you just take them. But I'm living in Denver, and I'm living alone, which, okay, yeah. A lot of people mix feelings about living alone, but I love it, okay? No roommates, no rules. Yeah, that's what I like to say. Mm-hmm. That's the whole joke. But on any given day, I can wake up and I can do whatever I want, okay? Like, for example, I can take a piece of bread out of the bag and put it on the counter. Yeah. Just leave it there. Go about my day. Walk the streets with a secret. I mean, so many of you were sitting there thinking, wow, this person feels like an open book. Now you're kind of like, I don't know. She might be hiding things. But people, they'll always ask me, they'll be all, oh, don't you get lonely living alone? I tell them, no. I got a piece of bread waiting for me at home. Oh my God. We wrote that joke together. What'd you say? I'm scary? No one's ever said that to me before. Why? I got a piece of bread waiting for me at home, and I'm going to tell all about this interaction. We're probably going to write a joke about it, and it'll probably be pretty good. Yes, I'll give you credits, too. Me, the bread, and the bald guy. Okay, well, I was going to say Hawaiian shirt, but okay. Yeah, don't talk down to yourself. You are bald, but you're still beautiful. Okay, wow. Okay, but I live in Denver, and I'm living alone, and I'm living in the city, and I'm walking alone a lot at night, which can be scary for women, especially at night. I messed that up a little bit. But okay, I was leaving a show one evening. 2 women in front of me were having a full-on conversation about like Derek or something. Yeah. They hear me walking up behind them. Their conversation ceases. Their bodies clench up. And then one of them finally gets brave enough, and she turns and she looks over her shoulder. She sees it's just me, and all of the tension in her body is released. And that's when I pulled out my knife. I yelled, quit talking about Derek like that. Okay. Really derailed this set. Okay. I'm a queer woman. Whoa, is anyone in here queer? Oh, all right. Okay, cool. Well, just so you know, no one cares. No one cares. You don't have to be so loud about it. Maybe just don't tell jokes about it. I am just doing an impression of my dad. Oh my God. And I nailed it, okay? Yeah, but my dad, he did say, don't tell jokes about it. People won't think it's funny. And I was like, okay, well, Dad, if you did comedy, all you would tell jokes about would be tractors. Because you like tractors. He was saying, don't tell jokes about being gay. People are going to be like, oh, she was funny. Well, all she talked about was being gay. And I didn't like that, okay? So if my dad did comedy, he would tell jokes about tractors. Okay, that's how we got there. Yeah, so I'm just like trying to bridge the gap with jokes between people that like tractors and people that are gay. Yeah. So this is what I came up with to save my family. Once upon a time, there was a little John Deere tractor. And then one day it was like, no, I'm John Queer. Yep, that is all I have so far. But I came out late in life, which was a little confusing for me, but I like to think of it as my sexuality as having been lying dormant all of those years. Kind of like shingles. I thought this might be a shingles crowd. So sorry. Yeah. Yeah, just a pretty big difference between my sexuality and shingles being no one in my family lost their shit when my aunt got shingles. Yeah, they were really supportive of her. But I had one family member tell me that my sexuality is a choice I'm making based on the environment I'm exposing myself to. That environment being the Denver comedy scene. Yeah, this person told me that the Denver comedy scene is just the LGBTQ community masquerading as comedians. I was like, masquerade? It sounds gay, sign me up. Okay, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you guys.
Give it up for Leah one more time. Killing it up here. Dog, what happened? I like how the Cholo's up here. He's like, no, not intimidating. The ASMR girl, the one that talks like this. He's like, that's terrifying. I'll stab you, bro. Come on. What do I got to do to get points? She'll be like, excuse me, sir. I'm going to go ahead and stab you. You guys are fun. We're having fun. Let's keep it pushing. This next comedian is a very good friend of mine. I love working with him up north in Fort Collins at the Comedy Fort. Give it up for my homeboy, Greg Cherry.
All right. Hey, everyone. How's it going out there? Yeah? Man, you're so polite. That's all right. That's all right. No, but, guys, I love being out here in Colorado. Actually not from here originally, though. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. Yeah, don't. No, I'm from Cleveland, which is why I look like a youth pastor with a drug problem. So, yeah. After a show one time, a friend came up to me. He's like, dude, you should tell people that you look like a camp counselor that knows when all the campers turn 18. Yeah, that's a bad friend. No, but I love being out here, like it's just way more of like just like nature vibe out here in Ohio. And so I like going out on the trails and running a lot because like when you're out there, it doesn't matter your sexual orientation, your politics, your religion. We're just all out there to enjoy nature, right? And shut the fuck up. And I love that. It's great. But like when I'm out there, if I'm just running out there and there's a woman coming this way by herself, I just say a quick howdy do and go on my way. So that way she feels safe. She knows that she'll see her family that night. And that's okay. But sometimes though, before I go running, I like to take a little mushroom. Yeah. Have you tried this? Don't. It's terrifying. But no, I take a little bit to feel a little tingly, right? But the other day I was out running and I felt more tingly than normal, and I realized that I accidentally took what you medically call an oopsie. Yeah. And so when I was out there in the trails running, I saw one walking this way by herself, and I was like, all right, you've done this hundreds of times before. Just say a quick howdy do, go on your way. Instead, I'm running, I acknowledge her, and I say, I'm not dangerous, and then... Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but if you're not dangerous, you don't need to announce out loud that you're not dangerous. You keep hands in your basement. Anyways, they're never going to find the body. But... Man, at 2 p.m., I get you went on the dark stuff, but we're testing it. That's all right. No, guys, but I do like to visit home, though, pretty often. But every time I go home, my mom's happy to see me, but a little upset because I keep getting more tattoos, right? And she's like, Greg, why are you making these permanent changes to your body? You know these are permanent, right? I'm like, yeah, Mom, I know how tattoos work. But if we're going to talk about permanent changes, let's also discuss what happened to my foreskin. Yeah, you can't tattoo that. It's not there. So, and now you all know a little bit about me, and that's fun. That's really fun. But just quick survey. Where are my foreskins at tonight? Cowards. All of you. I don't know why I made eye contact with you when I said that, so I'm so sorry. Maybe it's the shirt. He's got a helmet on. I don't know. No, guys, you might think that joke is a little too dirty for a 2 p.m. show, but I disagree. That is a clean-cut joke. So, yeah. I mean, it depends on the doctor, but, clean cut. But, all right, got him. Guys, foreskin jokes are in. You can do it, all right? Good deal. No, but it's been a very exciting year for me, though. I actually got engaged recently, so that's been pretty cool. Yeah, thank you. It's not that exciting because, it's my first marriage, but it's her second, so we'll find out. And no, but she was actually married to a woman before me, so that's pretty cool, pretty neat. But when I went back home to Ohio and I sat my folks down, they're a bit more conservative, and I had to explain to them, hey, you're going to meet the love of my life. She makes me very happy, the most beautiful soul I've ever met. And just a heads up, real quick, she was married first, no big deal, to a woman. And the longest 10-second pause in my life, my mom looks at me and goes, aren't you worried about her leaving you for a woman? And before I could say anything, off to the right, my dad just goes, nice. And I high-fived him and walked away. And, it's like dad spoke for both of us. No, guys, but we learned a lot, moving in together, and when you move with your partner for the first time, you learn that maybe they put the toilet paper on the wrong way, right? Maybe when it comes to the toothpaste roll, they squeeze it in the middle like a barbarian instead of at the bottom where it's supposed to be, right? For me, I learned that she's just a lot kinkier than I am, and 2 p.m. show, get ready. And, I like to think that I'm, pretty cool in the bedroom, but, when it comes to bedroom talk, not that great. And she's been calling me daddy a lot. Yeah, you heard about this? You tried this? I know this is definitely at least a pop crowd. So, that's fine. And, so, the other day, we're about to get to it. She turns around, looks back at me and goes, give it to me, daddy. Hot damn. Right? All right, you guys will get into this eventually. So, I'm approaching the situation. I'm like, all right, Greg, you've been training for this. You know what to do. She's like, what? I'm like, fuck, I'm talking out loud. But I get there and I go, yeah, you like that? Sport? Yeah, don't say that. Because you're never going to come that hard again. And, it's like that first shot of heroin. You're just chasing that dragon for the rest of your life. All right, I can tell which one of you are maybe in the swingers community and which of you go to church tomorrow. And that's all right. That's okay. We're biting the bullet for the rest of the comics. No, but we decided though that we don't want kids. And I know we probably have kids out here in the audience, not here today, but at home because fuck them kids. And I get that. That's fine. But we don't want kids, and the reason being is that we just like having money and hope and. Yeah, that's pretty scarce these days. And if you do have kids, that's fine. Congratulations. That's very tough to do. And if you're trying to have a kid, best of luck. But stop telling me about it. Don't be like, yeah, we're trying to have a kid. Yeah, we're still trying to have a baby. And it's like, I get it, Carl. You don't pull up your wife. We're at the office. Stop telling me. It's gross. And I swear, I was on my Facebook the other day. I'm scrolling through my feed, and my friend posted a picture of her toddler next to a letterboard, and it just says, oops, they did it again. Baby number 2, due in March. Gross. Don't do that. Because honestly, you probably should have just read, oops, dad forgot to pull out again. Hope this one saves the marriage. Yeah, I know, some of you are on, your second or third, and that's okay. That's all right. No, but, we realized that we didn't want kids, and so I just went ahead and just, got ahead of that, and I got a vasectomy, and, does that make me better than you? No, but it makes me a lot more fun, and that's pretty cool. But, what they don't tell you though is that when you get a vasectomy, the most awkward part isn't the actual procedure. They give you a Valium to take in the parking lot like a drug addict. I'll do that all day. All right. The most awkward part is the actual consultation itself, because I'm just sitting there on the table, Winnie the Poohing it without any pants, right? And my legs are dangling off the table like a kid on the swing set. I'm so vulnerable. And the doctor walks in and he goes, hey, how we doing today? And I'm a comic. It's awkward. I'm going to try to make light of it. And I go, wow, pretty good, but I don't normally meet people like this. And he just stares off in the distance and goes, I do. And behind that man's eyes, I saw someone that's seen too many balls. You know, like his soul was tainted. And yeah, that's for me, not for you. And that's all right. No, y'all, but I will leave you with this though. Despite all that, I actually am a family man. I try to stay in touch with my folks pretty often. I do this thing with my mom every year called Lent, right? And if you don't know what Lent is, it's when you give something for 40 days and 40 nights because your family believes in the Easter Bunny. Yes, correct. And so this past year, I posted on Facebook, for 40 days, I'm going to give up alcohol, hoping my friends would be supportive. And instead, one of my friends dive bombs my comments. We all have this friend. He goes, for 40 days, I'm going to give up fucking your mom. And I just had to respond back, leave me alone, Dad. All right, y'all been great. My name's Greg Cherry. Get back for Ricky. Thank you.
Give it up for Greg one more time, you guys. I love it because I'm sitting here in the corner. I'm watching you guys react to all these jokes and all the comedians. And I know one thing now: you will never accept a comedy show flyer from a redhead at the farmer's market ever again. I know that for a fact. Farmer's market crowd for sure. You guys, this next comedian, he's a traveler. Are we ready for our traveling comedians? This first traveler comes... No, I'm just... Okay. This comedian comes from the Big Apple, NYC. Show some love for Armand Shah!
Thanks, guys. Guys, I've been stealing someone's Netflix password for the past 10 years, and I haven't talked to them in 10 years. They came over once. They logged into my console, and I never logged out, right? And it's been 10 years. So I'm still watching Netflix on my Wii. Do you know how hard it is to Netflix and chill when you have to do this shit? I don't know. I went to a movie theater recently. Haven't been to the movies in a long time. And I forgot how expensive snacks are, I'm not paying that much for popcorn. So me and my friends, we went to a falafel place beforehand, and we snuck in our falafels. The movie started. We started to eat. And I didn't realize my falafel was spilling tahini sauce the entire movie. So the movie ends. The lights turn on. And my crotch is covered in dry tahini sauce. So it looks like I came during the Minions movie. It didn't help that my friend's face was also covered in tahini sauce, right? We're banned from AMC. That is what happened. Cum joke at 2 p.m. That's a risk, all right? I don't know. I've been traveling. I went on a vacation with my family, and we went on a cruise. And on the first day of the cruise, they decided to play a movie for us. They decided to play Life of Pi. Nothing makes an Indian guy on a boat feel more comfortable than Life of Pi, right? After the movie, I just started counting lifeboats, I was like, where's the tiger? What's happening? I don't know. I didn't think I was going to like the cruise, because I've heard cruises don't have people my age. It's more this crowd, And I don't know how to relate. I can't relate to my own age. I was scared. And I could not have been more wrong. It was the most fun I've ever had in my life. Nothing beats being in a hot tub listening to two 70-year-olds argue about Trump, right? That is, I'll sip on a mojito all day listening to that, right? I don't know. I went to a networking event recently for work, and those suck. They're not fun, right? And I was introducing myself to a group of people. It's like, hey, my name's Armand. And as soon as I was done, one guy went, hey, and by the way, you're Indian, right? And this other guy went, that's just pretty racist to just ask, right? No, it's not. That's a good question, right? There's 1 billion Indians. That's a 1 in 7 chance, right? That's just good stats. If I went up to a white person and I went, hey, by the way, you're Indian, right? Still a good question, right? That's a fair... All right. I don't know. People ask me, are your parents proud of you trying to become a stand-up comedian? And the truth is they are. Because for 5 years I told them I wanted to be a magician. And this is a step up, right? As sad as this is, magic is sadder, I can promise you that. I started magic in 8th grade because I wanted to make friends. And it worked, I made friends. But I only made friends with other magicians. No one normal wants to talk to you after you show them a card trick, you know what I mean? So in 8th grade, my whole friend group was just 40-year-old white guys. That's who I hung out with from 13 to 21. That was my primary friend group. Never got invited to a school dance, but I did go to a lot of second weddings, right? That is the whole vibe. I don't know. I've been trying to make friends. I'm so bad. I don't know how to do it. I've been going to a lot of bars trying to meet people, and I keep ruining every interaction I have with people because I keep getting the urge to prank people. 2 White Claws in, I'm gonna try to prank you. I'm sorry. That is my character flaw. Okay. And what I've been doing is we'll get into conversation, and they'll ask, "Where are you from?" I go, "I'm from Minnesota. That's where I'm from." And they usually go, "Oh, I know someone from Minnesota." And I go, "Who?" "Who do you know?" And whoever they say, I go, "No way, I know them. But I've lost contact. So why don't we take a picture, and why don't you send it to them?" And as soon as I see they've sent the picture, I go, "I have no idea who that is." So I've made 0 friends in New York. But hundreds of people have my photo on their phone, right? And what's better than that? A friend. A friend's better than that. That's the answer. I don't know. I just find it so funny because they're never sending it to a close friend of theirs. They're sending to someone they met in college or a friend of a friend, right? And the last time they sent them a text message was at least 6 months ago. And that person is just waking up to a photo of their friend, an Indian boy, and a message that just says, "Look who I found." Who'd you find? What's going on here? What are we doing? If you couldn't tell, I'm not doing well at dating either. Surprise. I'm trying to meet people too. I'm on the dating apps. You guys know what those are? Is that genuine question? I'm sorry. Do I have to explain those? No? Okay, I'll move forward. I don't know. I'm the only one here with a foreskin, apparently. I thought I would ask this, you know? All right. I'm on Hinge. I've been on Hinge for 1.5 years now. And in that time, I've gotten 1 like and 0 matches in 1.5 years, right? So I show my friend my profile, like, "Hey, what's wrong with me? Am I ugly? What's going on?" And we both found out my sexuality had been set to lesbian. So 1 like is pretty good, right? 99% of women think I'm a man, and that is what I'm going for. According to Hinge, I'm straight again, and I'm happy to announce that had no effect on the number of matches I'm getting. I don't know, man. It's been a tough couple of years for me. I went deaf 2 years ago in my right ear, lost all my hearing, and when it happened, I ran to the ear doctor. And I explained everything that happened to the receptionist, right? And I signed some paperwork. And then I sat down in the lobby, waiting for them to call my name at the ear doctor, right? You think they have a screen for us deaf people. But no, instead, for an hour, I just stood up for every other name that they called, just guessing, right? And eventually I guessed correctly, and I went to the back. And the doctor did a bunch of hearing tests. And he went, "It's fucking bad." And I was all alone, on the verge of tears. But comedy's my defense mechanism. So I just went, "You can say that again?" And he didn't get the joke. He was like, "Oh, sorry." And he tore a piece of paper and wrote it down for me. He just wrote, "It's fucking bad," and handed it to me. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Give it for Armand one more time. I love it, because we took this fool partying, right? We're out partying, and he goes, "Hey, dog, they keep trying to speak Spanish to me. I don't And I'm like, bro, in New York, you're Indian. Out here, you're Peruvian, dog, okay? Or Guatemalan. All right, let's keep it moving. Are we having fun? Boulder Comedy Festival. If we're having fun, can I get a ahoo? I like how you didn't even try, Greg. You were like, nope, not me, bud. All right. This next comedian comes all the way from the city of angels, Los Angeles, the lesbian empty nester. Give it up for Mary Hughes.
Hello, everybody. I'm so happy to be here. Give it up for your host. So, yes, it is true. I am a lesbian empty nester. Before that, I was a lesbian soccer mom. And before that, I was happy. It's different now. But, I'm like every other mom out there. I kvetch, I nag, I worry. The only difference is, in my bedroom, I have a bag of dicks instead of just the one, That's a little different, I guess, My partner, Susan, and I, we have been together for 31 years. Yes. Longer than some of you have been alive, but not most of you. But if you were to see us out in the wild, you might think we're a little bit of an odd couple, because my partner, Susan, is a very white lady. Susan is every single Sherwin-Williams paint chip of white, She is adobe, she is wedding dress, she is gypsum. But it did work out between the two of us because Susan is what we used to call in the gay community a rice queen. You probably can figure out what that means from context clues, but in case there's any repubs in the audience, I'll spell it out. It means she has an Asian fetish, okay? I myself am Japanese and European. I am Asian, but sadly, I'm just white enough to be aging poorly. Oh, I'm not the only one. Okay? And, like I said, she has an Asian fetish. I myself have a little bit of a colonizer kink, okay? Okay? It's so funny to me, like all these Gen Zers, they always tell me, Mary, it's terrible to be fetishized. You do not wish to be fetishized and reduced to an Oriental. I'm like, well, say what you will, but being fetishized has kept me in a very nice standard of living for the last 31 years. You young people and your kooky woke ideas, We have 23-year-old twin boys, okay? And it's kind of weird because they're kind of different. I have one kid, he just graduated from the University of Santa Barbara. He was in a frat. This did not make me happy as a lesbian. But he was living his best life. If you were to check out his socials, you might think he was a double major. Pussy and cannabis studies. Makes a mom proud, what can I say? And then my other kid was at Cal Poly Pomona. He is in honors college, 3.85 GPA. He has a jar of change in his room like an 85-year-old man. That kid is a dork, all right? He came to me, he goes, Mom, I think I want to go to law school. I'm like, listen, I got you through undergrad without a piano on your back. You have 2 perfectly good kidneys. I don't know why you're bothering me. All right? But the weird thing is, I had both of those individuals. They were extracted from my midsection 60 seconds apart in Santa Monica, California. And that is how you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, that astrology is bullshit, okay? Because those kids are not at all alike. And I hope you can appreciate how brave I am saying this in a liberal bastion, like, surrounding Boulder. I know I'm not officially in Boulder right now, because I can see a couple of Stevie Nicks looking bitches in the back manifesting my demise right now. You know what I mean? So, at any rate, my partner and I, we were at dinner the other night, and my son FaceTimes me, This kid never FaceTimes me. And I'm like, dude, I'm gonna eat. What do you want? And he goes, Mom, I hurt myself. I'm like, oh, crap. So I like shift into mom mode, like immediately. I'm like, all right, what happened? I look at his face and he goes, I tore my foreskin having sex. This is an all foreskin comedy show all the time. All right? So once I stopped laughing, I was like, oh my God, how bad is it? He goes, it's like a puzzle piece. I go, oh my God, like a puzzle piece? Is it like Rhode Island or Texas? How big a puzzle piece? He did not think that was funny either. Anyway, this is at the point where I really started spinning out, you guys, because this is when he said, I was with Barb. Sir, what 21-year-old is named Barb? Who the fuck is Barb? Is she some VFW cocktail waitress from Greeley? Like some 55-year-old with her cigarette-stained hands touching my baby Buddha, you know? So, you guys, it was at this point I had to do the most horrifying thing I've ever had to do as a lesbian or a mother. I had to ask my 22-year-old son for a dick pic. I am a mommy. I have to look at the owie. It is in my job description, okay? This is the funniest part. So he sends me this picture, and he has it wrapped like he's some Civil War amputee, you know, with like 40 yards of gauze, like from some really depressing Ken Burns documentary. I knew you'd get that reference. Okay. You know, so, I mean, clearly this is not in my wheelhouse, all right? So we had to go to the Google. I went to the Google, and all you have to do is keep it clean, a little Neosporin, and you're good to go in no time. And there's a PSA for Armin, okay? Oh, my God, at any rate. You know, being a lesbian and having two boys, you might think, what difference does the whole abortion debate make to me? You know, I got no skin in the game. That is where you would be wrong, because one of my sons asked me to send him to Fort Lauderdale in the great state of Florida for spring break. Madam, what do you think he wanted to do in Fort Lauderdale for spring break? See humanity IRL? Appreciate the grandeur of the Everglades? No, my kid was chasing redneck tail on the beach. I know my son. But I am a pragmatist, so I sat him down. I said, listen, Tadashi, if you think I'm going to pay for some redneck Riviera chippy to fly out to California to get an abortion, you would be absolutely right. I am too old to be an abuela. I'm too young. Oh, my God. I am too young to be an abuela, all right? But she has to promise to take care of the problem. I'm going to fly her out first class. I'm going to put her up in the Four Seasons. But the truth of the matter is I love my son. He's a tremendous young man. Could not keep 3 pot plants alive last summer. And he loves weed, okay? So I'm just going to leave you with this. I don't know if you guys heard, but J.D. Vance has proposed monetizing motherhood. So if you have a human baby, you get $5,000. That'll last you about 6 months, right? Right? You might think as a hardcore progressive and lesbian, I'd be very much against that. But you'd be wrong. After 23 years and all the shit I've had to put up with, I'm hoping for reparations at this point. Anyway, thank you guys so much.
Give it up for Mary one more time. Don't be picking on the younger generation, all right? I'm getting up there. All right? Like, these aren't even cholo socks no more, Bob. These are orthopedic socks. Like, you know what I'm saying? These are isotoners, okay? They're compression socks, okay? We having fun, Boulder Comedy Festival. Let's bring another New York comedian out. I hate it. I struggle with this name every year, but I'm going to get it right. Give it up for Aditya Shankar!
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Guys, I had somebody tell me the other day that white privilege is being able to walk into a country club and no one questions why you're there. I feel like I have the same privilege at any hospital in America, all right? If I walked confidently, I could be in the operating room at Boulder Community in 20 minutes, all right? There's genuinely nowhere I feel more welcome than at the best endoscopy lab in my area. All right? It's really my happy place. I'm a big basketball fan, guys. Big NBA guy. Are you guys all Nuggets fans? I'm assuming Denver Nuggets fans. Yeah. So right now there are no Indians on an NBA roster, but there is an Indian referee. So he's my favorite player in the league, actually. My friends will be like, "Did you catch the game last night? What a performance!" And I'm like, "I know. Such a well-officiated game. Did you see that double dribble call? Electric. Like, LeBron will go up for a 360 dunk. Does nothing for me. Then Suyash will call him for traveling. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about right there. Unstoppable. Like, some people throw garbage in the trash and they're like, "Kobe, I'll tell a pedestrian not to jaywalk and be like, Suyash. He's the best in the business. He's the best." I do like doing comedy a lot. I've been doing it for a while now. And like a big part of stand-up these days is we're all posting videos online. I'm sure you've seen stuff on social media and stuff. I was editing a video of mine a few weeks ago. And I had this thought cross through my head. I was like, oh, this supermodel I know, her videos get a lot of views. I should see how she does her subtitles. As if the font choice was really carrying those reels. If I just switch to Helvetica, my stuff is going to pop off, all right? My friends will be, "You have to see how hot this girl is." I'm like, "Yeah, check out those closed captions. Those are some nice double C's right there." I've been trying to date a little bit more. I don't know. I think I do okay on first dates because I'm okay with the surface level conversation, like what's your favorite movie kind of stuff. My problem is on the second date, I'm just like, so what's your second favorite movie? Do you have any new siblings since last week? So it's not going great, I don't know. Again, it doesn't sound like there's a lot of people doing online dating here, but with online dating, if you have done it, do you guys like Google the person before you go out with them for the first time? See, I think it's kind of a normal thing to do. I think it's kind of a red flag when the person hasn't Googled me before. So these are the kinds of questions I've started asking on dates. So, where did I go to college? She's like, Purdue University. I'm like, you think I'm the 5th Google result for Aditya Shankar NYC? She's like, do you speak any other languages? I'm like, did you even scroll to the bottom of the page? I also know how to use PowerPoint. I got rejected by somebody recently. I got turned down. And a lot of my friends have been telling me stuff like, don't you want to be with someone who's excited to be with you? And it's like, you think I want to be with someone who's excited to be with me? I want to be with someone so much better than me that when her friends meet me, afterwards they go, that guy? I want her friends to be concerned for her mental health when they meet me. Okay, that's what I would like. I want her to be planning an intervention, okay? I am from the Boston area, originally, guys, Boston area. And Boston has a reputation of being a much whiter place than I think it really is. Like I was at a sports bar in New York recently. I was watching the Boston Celtics play the New York Knicks. And a guy noticed that I was cheering for the Celtics and goes, "What? Did you go to Harvard or something?" As if that was more likely than me just being from Boston. He was like, "I think it's more likely this guy went to the most selective university in the world than it is that he's from Worcester." Guys, I looked into the demographics of Massachusetts versus Harvard University. The guy kind of nailed it, honestly. The guy, if you include MIT, it's not even close. It's not even. I come from like a very multilingual family. We'll be speaking like 4 different languages in the house at the same time. But ultimately, we're just a Massachusetts family. So these are the kinds of conversations that happen in our house. It'll be like, "Tujhe kya lagta hai? Hum kaise karenge is saal? Bill Belichick ke bina." Or yav cinema no rana, shole illa eno Ben Affleck jode. Oh, Starbucks get the po and the pudu Dunkin' ka poiva. Rented double chocolate frosted sprinkles with a va. They're wicked good. You gotta check those out. I feel like recently I feel like I've been meeting a lot of Indian guys actually, who are from the UK originally, from like places like London and stuff originally. And so they all have British accents, obviously. But the entire time I'm talking to them, I'm just fighting the urge to be like, "You fucking traitor." It's like, whose side are you even on? Like nothing makes me more xenophobic than a guy that looks like me speaking the Queen's English. He's like, "Do you care for a spot of tea?" And I'm like, "This is America, buddy. Learn the language, okay?" Talk about religion a little bit. I am a Hindu, guys. I'm a Hindu. But it's not uncommon for people to assume that I'm Muslim. And I'm not really religious, but let me tell you, I am never more Hindu than when someone assumes that I'm Muslim, okay? It's almost Islamophobic how Hindu I am in that moment. Right? Someone will be like, "Happy Ramadan." And I'll be like, "I've been eating all day, actually." No beef, though. No beef, though. All right, thanks so much. Keep up for your host.
Give it up one more time for Aditya. I've butchered that man's name like 4 years in a row. We don't have, no, not in my culture, not in my community. There's no Aditya. "Hey, what's up, Aditya? Dog? What are you doing?" Nope, that's a hard one for me. All right, are we having fun, Boulder Comedy Festival? Oh, it's starting. You guys are starting to get there, huh? Okay, we'll keep it pushing. We'll keep it moving. This next comedian's all the way from Indiana. Give it up for Eric Hook.
Keep it going for your host, guys. Let him hear it. Yeah. This is bright. What's up? So close to you. All right, cool. I'm not going to look at you guys. We're just too intimate here. What's up? You seem cool. All right. That seems like a shirt I would wear. Sorry about that. All right, you guys are cool. Tell you some stuff about me, guys. I like to listen to white noise when I go to sleep. Yeah, a couple of white noise, like Maroon 5. Sounds of people playing pickleball, you know. People clapping when the plane lands, you know. Trying to do relatable stuff here. I know I am a very white guy, very milquetoast, vanilla sort of guy. I know I look like I have a YouTube channel where I review different kinds of yogurt. And I do. It's called Spooning with Eric. Like and subscribe. I realized recently I have a lot of similarities to UFC fighters. Don't laugh. What the heck? I was reading about it. Apparently UFC fighters, when they train for like an upcoming fight, they won't participate in sex leading up to that fight. That was the first time I realized I spent most of my 20s training for a UFC fight. I am married now, but I'm still training most of the time. Still training out here. Me and this guy, I fuck with you, sir. That's me in the future, I think, right there. You guys are cool. I am married. My wife is, she makes more money than me. So that's cool. Yeah, feminism, what's up? Yeah. Trying to do my part for the cause by not making very much money, you know? Trying to level the playing field a little bit. And I am very happy my wife's doing well, very proud of her. The thing that I don't like is that she bullies me for making less money than her. Like, my wife refers to me as the bread loser of the household. And I'm not allowed to talk back or I don't get my allowance for the month, you know? And I really want to go to Dave & Buster's. So, my wife and I we started both working from home, which is cool. And recently my company still had us take the sexual harassment training, which I thought was interesting. And as I was doing the training, I was realizing that every segment that they were showing me, these are things that my wife does to me at home every day of my life. Like the other day, I was standing in our kitchen/break room. And my wife walked up to me, swear to God, she groped me and then slapped me on the ass. And then as she was walking away, she said, "You know what? You would be prettier if you smiled more." I was like, "You can't talk to me like that." And she was like, "You look like you're hurting for a squirtin', bud." I kind of was, honestly. Kind of was hurting for a squirtin', if I'm being real. You're gonna notice I get distracted a lot during my sets. Sorry if I get distracted. I have ADHD. Or as my dad calls it, liberal bullshit. Yeah. My doctor told me to take Ritalin for my ADHD. My dad's advice was to take my tampon out. Still trying to find that. Trying to make him proud, you know? A little Indiana dad there for you. They're fun. My dad's a very fun guy. No, he's not, but for the sake of the joke. He's fun. He's a conservative dude. He doesn't believe in ADHD. He thinks it's made up, fictitious. It's not real. What he does do is he watches ghost hunting shows on TV every night of the week. It's like, yeah, Dad, sure, ADHD is ridiculous, but these three dudes with neck tattoos are really chasing this Civil War ghost around this lighthouse. That makes sense, you know? My dad's he's conservative with a little, he's got some whimsy to him, you know what I mean? Conservative whimsy. He likes Bigfoot, he likes ghosts, he likes aliens, the ancient ones, not the illegal ones, but, you know, hey, you know, it's not me, him, he's a dick, you know? All right, that was fine. I was worried about that one. Yeah, all right. Where do we go from here? Oh, yeah. I am from, like, a small, shitty town, Indiana, small, dumpy town. Like, I always heard this phrase growing up. It's every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. Well, in the town where I grew up, it's every time a Limp Bizkit song plays, a juggalo gets custody of his son back. It's kind of the vibe where I come from. There is one guy that got out of my hometown, though. Very successful. This douchebag, piss baby guy I went to high school with. You guys would have hated him. He sucked. But this guy, he's a weatherman on TV now, which is pretty cool where I come from. What I remember this guy for was when I was in high school, he shit his pants in gym class one time. You know, people don't forget. You know what I mean? Which that whole thing makes me think that he's probably not going to end up being a very good weatherman, you know? Like, if you can't even forecast that shit's about to come out of your butt, I don't know how old Skidmark's going to predict the weather, you know what I mean? That side loved it. That side did not like that. You guys, have you shit your pants before? Is that what's happening? Has anybody shit their pants on the ground before? There's always one, you know, you can smell them coming, you know. The rest of you, liars. Never shit a shitter, guys, I know. I know I'm being pretty harsh on this guy, being kind of mean to him, but he was a big D-bag in high school. And so now, to mess with this dude, anytime he ever posts one of his forecasts on Facebook, I just comment the poop emoji on there. Oh my God. It's like, he can keep blocking me, I'm going to keep making new accounts, you know? I'm kind of a jerk like that. I'm kind of dumb. I'm a dumb guy. You guys like Harry Potter? Okay, that's good. You know, I don't have any William Shakespeare jokes, so we're going to have to do a Harry Potter here. It's like, looking at this crowd, I see why Biden got elected. Honestly, sorry. You guys are all related to him. I think you're born in the same year. That's how to ruin a set, guys. All right. What's up? All right. I'm going to not do the Harry Potter thing. I just got the light. You guys have jobs? Yeah. That's shitty. Yeah, you have jobs. I'm just trying to start a joke. You guys look successful. All right. Tell you some stuff. I just got that job where I work from home, which is cool. And my company sent me on my first work trip not too long ago, which is pretty cool. But they sent me to Nebraska. You didn't even sound excited about that. You're like, hey. Yeah, I thought there was like going to be like a vacation, like the company's going to pay for it. But going to Nebraska felt like somebody taking out and like buying you a nice dinner, you know, but they take you to the subway inside of a Walmart, you know what I mean? That's what Nebraska felt like. But it ended up working out where I got to Nebraska. I got to share an Uber with the vice president of my company going to the hotel we were staying at. He's like an old white dude, war vet, you know, kind of cool guy. Got to talk to him. I get up to the hotel, nicest hotel I've ever stayed in. Company's paying for it. I'm walking around like a big shot. I got the robe on, you know, I'm doing my thing. I go over to the bed and I take a picture of the bed and I send it to my wife. I put under it, if you were here, I would split you like a piece of firewood. Yeah. I looked down and realized I sent that text to the vice president of my company. Yeah. Yep, just out here sending thirst traps to my VP, guys. It ended up getting weirder, though. I finally got a text back from him, and it just said, on my way. So, all right, guys, sorry about the Biden thing. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Give it up for Eric, you guys. He hates it when I'm around because I'm always like, Rudy, Rudy. And he's like, bro, there's more than Notre Dame in Indiana. And I'm like, trust me, I've been there. No, there's not. All right. Another comedian all the way from the Big Apple. Show some love for Cassie Wilson.
Uh-oh, a guitar. This is different. Oh my God, you guys are freaking out. Stop. This is prop comedy when I'm messing with the mic. This is part of it, don't worry. How are you guys doing? How are we feeling? Good? I am from New York. We just had a big thing happen in New York. Have you guys heard of Zohran Mamdani? Okay, yes, slay. We love that king. If you don't know, he is a Democratic Socialist who just won the Democratic primary for the mayoral election. Can I sneak in any more buzzwords than that? Probably not. But I've been really involved in the campaign, and Zohran and I, we posted a video back in like December to just like get his name out there and like, you know, spread the word about the campaign. And my mother texted me the second I posted the video, and she was like, wow, great video. Is it just me, or is Zohran objectively adorable? Does he have a wife/girlfriend? My mom is so libbed out that she's like always trying to procure a biracial grandchild for herself. Like if I were to, unfortunately Zohran is married, but if I were to marry a Punjabi Muslim socialist, she has won at book club, like forever. Thank God you guys like that. You guys also want biracial grandchildren. I get it. I'm getting the vibe. Thank God. I have some songs for you, and I think you're gonna be obsessed with them. So because Zohran is married, unfortunately, I'm on the apps. I'm dating, as we've heard tonight. You guys by now hopefully know what those are. So this is a song about a famously perfect experience, which is dating men. And if you're a straight man, I implore you to open your heart to this song, and please don't get mad at me, okay? Great. We match on Bumble and I'm feeling pretty fab, 'cause you've got a shirtless pic and I'm like, okay, I see those abs. You say, let's get a drink tonight, and I say, sounds great. I spend an hour shaving everything within an inch of my life. Walk into the bar and I can see that this is my night. I give you that little hug and it just feels right. But as the night goes on, there's something that I just can't ignore. Your stories are so long, and I think that I've been here before. Ask me a fucking question. Just one little fucking question. I ask you where you're from, and you're like, upstate something something. I ask, what's your favorite movie? And of course it's Good Will Hunting. Well, it's that tied with The Wolf of Wall Street. I mean, God, what a classic. Leo's such a fucking stud. Literally all you have to do is lob a question back at me. Just turn one of them around. This could not be more easy. Oh no, I'd love to hear more about your semester abroad in Copenhagen, Jason. I suppress another yawn. What am I supposed to do? You just go on, and I'm much more interesting than you. Ask me a fucking question. Just one motherfucking question. You know what? No. Here's some questions for you. Did you know if you ask me what I do for work, I will literally have sex with you? Did you know if you ask me about my hobbies, well, I just might eat your ass. I know that love shouldn't be transactional, but if you ask a question, we can take this vaginal. Did you know there are 67 tiles on the ceiling of this bar? I counted them while you monologued about how the vibes are off with your roommate's new girlfriend. And then you say, hey, we should get dinner, 'cause you've never met such a good listener. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Will you please take me now, God? And then you ask if my apartment is close. And I guess that counts as a question. Like, seriously, next time, ask me a fucking question. Thank you. Men, how are we feeling? Are we feeling okay? Oh, thank God you guys don't hate me. What would I do if the men hated me? Oh my God, I would freak out. No, I wouldn't. Thank God. It was either that or a song about One Direction fan fiction. No one in like the first 3 rows has any idea what the fuck I just said. So glad we went with that one. So here at the Boulder Comedy Festival, we like to play with the form a little bit. We're going to get really creative here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to ask me some questions. And we're just going to play a little backing track while we do that. And we're going to turn up the backing track as much as we can. He's working on it, you guys. And we're going to start it over probably. Okay, great. No, even more. Okay, we're panicking. Okay, Q&A time. Anyone?
Hey there, Cassie.
Uh-huh.
I don't have a question, but may I just say you look gorgeous today.
Thank you so much. That's really very kind. But let's get back to the Q&A.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone told you that you look just like Bella Hadid?
Yeah, I actually get that all the time. I think it has to do with my ethereal beauty.
Hey there, Cassie. Call on me.
Is that the guy from the B-52s? I thought you were preparing for your farewell tour.
I am, but I came to see your show.
That's so sweet. Thank you so much for coming.
I'll see you later at the Love Shack.
I don't think you will see me later, Fred Schneider. You're fully in your 70s, but thanks anyway. Okay, anyone else or?
Lord, Cassie, call on me. Would you ever take a trip down to Aussie land?
Wow, of course. I'd love to. And may I just say, your Australian accent sounds super authentic.
Right on, mate. I totally agree. Everyone tells me how natural I sound.
Got it.
Oh gosh, is it my turn now?
Jennifer Coolidge, what are you doing here?
I must have stumbled in. I might be lost.
Wow, Jennifer Coolidge, first of all, welcome to Colorado. I have a question for you. Do you ever feel like you get sick of people's impressions of you? Do you feel like it's overdone at this point or anything?
No. Why do you ask?
Oh, no reason.
Oh gosh. See you later.
Okay, bye. Shakira, wow, the stars are out tonight.
No, I'm not the real Shakira.
What?
I'm the Australian guy from before.
Oh,
Just wanted to see if you liked my Shakira.
wow. I love it. What a talented bunch. You never know who's gonna show up to these things.
Hey, calling me over here.
Sorry, who is that? Who are you?
It's me, Lois Griffin.
Are you sure that's who you are? Because
I don't think that's Lois at all.
no, I don't think so.
I don't really think it sounds like anyone.
No, definitely not.
Oh, for God's sake.
All right. Well, if no one has any more questions, then I think we can probably.
Wait, Cassie, please don't go.
Harry Styles? Oh, not again.
I can't stop thinking about you. I cancelled my show tonight so we could be together.
You have to stop doing that, Harry. Think of the revenue you're
I
missing out.
don't care. I only care about you. Let me make sweet love to you, please.
Well, I guess I gotta go fuck Harry Styles in the bathroom. So that concludes the Q&A, and that concludes my set. Thank you guys so much. Giving up your host.
Give it up for Cassie Wilson. She was like, I'm so nervous. I was like, bro, you're in Boulder with strappy sandals and a guitar, dog. You can be fine. You're gonna be fine. You'll be fine. Oh, you guys. All right, hold on. This next comedian, he's got an itinerary for me to read out. Okay. All right, I got him. This next comedian, he's actually a really good friend of mine. Love working with him. He's been on the Boulder Comedy Festival numerous times. Dr. Sam Shea is a local functional medicine doctor who also uses comedy to advocate for folks on the spectrum. His full 1-hour comedy show is available free on YouTube, titled Nero Spicy, Love, Life, and Comedy on the Spectrum. Please welcome my good homeboy, Mr. Dr. Sam Shea.
Mr. Doctor, nice. All right, so what is a stand-up comic? It's a person with a problem who no longer pays for therapy. So what's my problem? Understanding and adapting to the normie or neurotypical world. See, I recently learned that I have Asperger's, which is best described like a pharma ad. Do you struggle with awkward idiosyncrasies, immodest intelligence, and gratuitous polysyllabic vocabulary? Ask your doctor if an Asperger's diagnosis is right for you. Signs include missing social cues, sensory overwhelm, easily startled, narrowed interest, oversharing, and robotic affect. Now, am I describing Asperger's or all of academia? See, academia is the Costco of Asperger's. It's nerd in bulk. An academic once interrupted me, insisting that Asperger's is, quote, more properly categorized as a subtype of autism spectrum disorder. He then proceeded to elaborate with an unsolicited, detailed monologue. I think the irony might have been lost on him, though very on brand. Anyone else here think you are unique and quirky only to find out you're a diagnosis code? See, I don't like the term neuroatypical, neuro disorder, or neurodivergent. I prefer neurodistinct, neurospicy, or simply Asperger's. Anyone know why the term Asperger's fell out of favor? Who's ready for the awkward history lesson? Yeah, the contrived German accent is a hint. Yeah. It turns out Dr. Hans Asperger had troubling ties to the Nazis. They used the good doctor's work to justify the sterilization of, quote, undesirable children. It's hotly debated whether Dr. Asperger was complicit. But either way, I'm proud to call myself an Aspie because, ironically, it was Asperger's syndrome that brought the Nazis down. And I can prove it with 3 names. Oppenheimer, Einstein, and Turing all had Asperger's. Bonus irony against the Nazis, Oppenheimer and Einstein were Jewish, and Turing was gay. Isn't that perfect? So instead of gawking at our social gaffes, how about some gratitude for our scientific genius? Look at those nerds saving humanity. Now, I quickly learned that an Asperger's gift for technical analysis, while appreciated at the workplace, not so much on a dinner date. Date. I just don't understand why I'm still single. Well, based on your repeated rescheduling, mixed messaging, and fear of commitment, you display an avoidant attachment style explaining why you sabotage potential serious relationships. Pass the salt? Later, on the lonely car ride home. Wait, was that one of those rhetorical questions? See, Aspies aren't inherently seductive. Just imagine an Asperger's themed strip joint. Wearing a tagless shirt, hypoallergenic socks, and lucky bow tie, it's Winston. Yeah, you know you're dating an Aspie when, at the restaurant, he reviews his pre-date checklist. Let's see, wear matching socks, maintain appropriate eye contact. Very vocal inflections to sound less robotic. Nailed it. Also, his pickup lines are math-themed. You know, talking statistics feels like foreplay. The safe word is Fibonacci. Speaking of sexy math words, us Aspies don't call them multiple orgasms. We call them iterative exponentials. What, you guys bad at math? Or the other thing? You can get tutors for both on Craigslist, but the math one's pricey. Normies have unwritten dating rules. For example, text at least twice a day to maintain connection. Yet I wish there was an app that was the relationship equivalent of a parking reminder. Your relationship expires in 9 minutes. To extend relationship, please heart one Facebook post or text one Brené Brown quote. Another unwritten dating rule. Gaze deeply into her eyes, but looking away too quickly feels avoidant, while staring too long feels strange. That same app should audibly coach appropriate eye contact in real time. Begin eye contact. Connecting. Connecting. Eyes. Window. Soul. Warning. Eye contact duration is getting awkward. Alert. It's getting weird. Danger. Abort mission. See, Asperger's is a package deal. We are high IQ, low EQ. We will remember your birthday, but your gift will be an ant farm. Unwrapped. No card. So my mission is to be a bridge between the normie society and those of us on the spectrum. And I would love for you to each go onto YouTube and just type in Dr. Sam Shea Neurospicy. That's Dr. Sam Shea Neurospicy. And there you will find my free 1-hour comedy show called Neurospicy, Love, Life, and Comedy on the Spectrum. This is the 60 minutes I wish I had 30 years ago to help explain how my brain worked and how to better adapt to the normie world. And this show is for you. If you suspect you, a friend, or family member is on the spectrum, or you are a normie who cares, or you are neurospicy curious. Thank you all so much. My name's Dr. Sam Shea. Thank you, Ricky. Thank you, Zoe. Thank you, Boulder Comedy Festival.
Give it up for Sam one more time. I love Sam. That's my boy. I love it because whenever we're out, everybody automatically assumes he's my public defender. Like, oh, Boulder or Lafayette, you guys been fun, man. This has been fun. I got one more comic, all right? One more. Don't fall asleep on me yet, all right? We got one more, and then you guys can get back to watching The Love Boat or whatever you guys. Exciting and new. Dr. Montalban or Fantasy Island? Welcome to Fantasy Island. I know. I hung out with my grandma too, all right? You guys, real quick, we're going to pay some bills here before you leave. Make sure you grab a Boulder Comedy Festival t-shirt, please. Proceeds go to the festival to help keep the festival going each and every year. Make sure you get a hat, shirt. We got some bags. I know they got a bunch of merch at the merch table, so make sure you check out the merch table. Also, we have other shows. But I think a lot of them are starting to sell out. So get with a Zoe, get with one of the comedians, go online, bouldercomedyfestival.com. See if you can snag tickets for the rest of the festival. I know for a fact that the brunch show at the Louisville Underground tomorrow is going to be wide open for you guys to snag some tickets. So get on Boulder Comedy Festival right now when you leave to hit up another show. Unless you got passes. I don't know. Some of you might have passes, okay? One more time for Doghouse Studios for having us in here. Letting us do our thing. I'm actually gonna go jump in that booth after the show and I'm gonna drop a track. Yeah, you don't know about me. They used to call me the misdemeanor beaner, man. Okay. All right, so let's keep it moving. This comedian coming to the stage is a very popular comedian. If you have not followed her on social media, you need to go right now and follow her on social media because you're going to love what you see. Traveling all over the nation, headlining all over the nation. You guys give it up for Barbara, a.k.a. Babs Gray.
Keep it going for everybody, guys. What's going on? Ricky's his shirt says Denver Foos, but I thought I said Denver Food, and I was like, it's such a weird generic ad for Denver Food. Very white. Can you see? Okay. Obviously, I feel very comfortable here because my name is Barbara. So hello. We got any other Barbs in the house? Okay. Your dog? Well, all right. I guess that's fine. Cool. Is your dog hot as shit? I like that Doghouse Studio. That's a great name. I hope you're divorced because that would make sense, right? Like I'm in the doghouse permanently. All right, cool. No, my name is. I go by Babs Gray. My name is Barbara Gray. My middle name is Dorothy. So Barbara Dorothy Gray. That's an old lady name, all right? I am a ghost, basically. Barbara Dorothy Gray. I do have a medical condition. Some of you might be familiar. When I'm in bed with a guy and he says my full name, Barbara Dorothy Gray, out loud, my vagina does immediately dry up. Until someone inserts a Werther's original inside of it. All right. Who's got one? All right. Oh, happy Pride Month, everybody. Happy Pride. It's going to be the last one, so let's celebrate while we can. I am bisexual, so I do have a boyfriend. Thank you. That's what we do. And my boyfriend is an abstract painter, which is really cool because I can't tell if he sucks. Yeah, it's like art subjective. Good squiggles today, honey. Okay, that's gonna pay the bills. I said I'm bisexual. I'm actually pansexual because I've always got someone on the back burner. All right, what's up? Front row. Yeah. Okay. You shook your head high-fiving me? God damn. What's going on? You guys scared? Don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt you until afterwards. I live in Los Angeles, so, shit's been a little bit crazy there lately with the riots, as my parents would call them. And it's been, it's scary for somebody who really cares about Waymo cars and people hurting the Waymo cars in the streets. That's what I'm concerned about, obviously, not the people they're kidnapping in broad daylight. Yeah, it's my parents didn't check on me, by the way, and I know they're watching Fox News, and Fox News is like, the city's burning to the ground, and my parents did not text me one time to see if I was okay. Did you guys go to the No Kings protest a few weeks ago? Anybody? Yeah, that was amazing. So many people showed up, and we fixed it. Everything's fixed now. I don't know if you guys knew that, but it's all. They don't have to do anything ever again, so that's pretty cool. A lot of people, are scared to go to protests. I grew up protesting. I grew up in Salt Lake City as a non-Mormon. So just kind of a natural protest of existing, right? And in high school, they started a gay-straight alliance in my high school. They were like, no bisexuals allowed, but I snuck in. And Salt Lake didn't like that. They were not fans of the gay-straight alliance, right? So they got rid of every school club. That's what they did. They were like, we don't like that boys kiss. You can't play chess either, was their move. So we protested. We did in high school. We walked out. We held up signs. We chanted, don't knock it till you tried it. And yeah, it went all right. It's a weird thing to grow up in Salt Lake. No one has sex in high school. No one had sex in high school. So I didn't even know that I was like hot or anything. I was skinny with big boobs. One of those is still true. And I didn't know I was hot at all. The only way I found out was I was in choir, not the reason. Hold on. And picture of me in a bikini. We went on like a group trip and we had this yearbook, and a picture of me in a bikini ended up in the yearbook, and it was very revealing. And I was talking to my friend in class about it, and I was like, I can't believe they put this picture in the yearbook. And she's like, what page is it on? The guy next to me is like, it's on page 8. So, sorry, I just spit all over you guys. It's on page 8. He couldn't get the page open anymore, but he knew where it was. Hey, he was crying from loving Joseph Smith so much, okay? Chill out. I don't know. Yeah, I was so hot in high school, and then I went to college, and the towers fell, and I gained a bunch of weight, Okay, nobody here in the gained the freshman 9/11, just me? All right. No, when you gain weight really quick, you get, stretch marks, right? Nature's tattoos. And I got some on my stomach, and a guy I was dating didn't know what they were, so he asked me if I cut myself. That's what he thought the stretch marks were, and I was like, well, kind of, but from the inside, It's not razors, it's the edges of Doritos, but we're getting the same job done, pretty much. You guys, nobody is drinking. I was drinking over there. Fuck you guys. I'm going for it. It's nap time, baby. I either got to drink or sleep, so we're drinking. I tried to be sober. That wasn't fun, so I stopped. You guys know California sober? That's where you don't drink, but you do smoke weed. I actually did Fresno sober, where I didn't drink, but I did smoke meth. And I got a lot done, okay? I touched everybody's doorknob in my neighborhood. It was productive time. I missed wine when I wasn't drinking, mostly because of the alcohol in it. And I was thinking about like the guy who discovered wine versus the guy who discovered raisins. And I just feel like the raisins dude hates the wine guy. Because, that's just grapes doing two very different things. And I like to imagine they both showed up to a party that night, and the guy with the raisins shows up first, and he's like, check out what happened to these grapes, you guys. I left them out in the sun, and now they're smaller. And I was like, oh, thanks, Gary. Jesus Christ. Who fucking invited him? The other guy shows up, and he's like, check out what happened to these grapes. I left them in a barrel for 100 years, and I drank some, and honestly, it tastes like shit. But everyone who's drinking it thinks they're smart and wants to fuck each other now. And everyone's like, yeah, Todd, wine and dicks. Todd. And Gary shows back up, and he's like, I put these raisins in some cookies. And they're like, that's worse. Get away from us. I'm just saying, you guys, if Jesus Christ could have made water into raisins, yeah, we would not know who that guy is, okay? No one wants to hang out with that dude. I was raised Catholic, a little bit of Jesus. You got a little bit of that, huh? No? Okay. I would go back if they switch out those communion wafers to be bugles, Priest wears them on his fingertips. Let's have some fun, baby! I heard that you guys have heard about dating apps, okay? So I had a guy in an app send me a message that said, if a 9-inch dick doesn't scare you, hit me up. People used to curtsy. You guys know? People who used to do this when they met each other. Yeah, if I walked in a room and there was just a 9-inch dick sitting there, I would be scared, to be honest with you. Unless he was wearing like a top hat and a monocle, and then you're like, oh, he's classy, okay. I'm wearing, a little bit of makeup. I don't wear a lot of makeup because I don't date men who make enough money to earn a better version of my face. I'm just saying make 10K more a year and then I'll contour, okay? That shit's very time consuming. I don't know if guys know what contouring is. Do we know? Do you guys know what contouring is? Yeah, No. Okay. Do you know the band Kiss? It's like that, basically, but more blended. But that's pretty much what we all look like in the morning. Makeup's impressive, though. You can really put anyone's face on your face at this point if you watch enough tutorials on YouTube, right? And I was thinking who I would do if I could do anybody. It would be, obviously, say it with me, Nicolas Cage! You know why? Because then I'm washing it at night. I can be like, face off, and, ah! I'm hearing a lot of ahs from the men. Oh, what's up, men? All men are dogs, huh? Who let the men out? Woof. All men are dogs, which is why I wear peanut butter for lipstick. Get on there. We're having fun, are we? Good. I got catcalled when I was with my ex-girlfriend, and probably the best catcall I'll ever get. We were together, and we were holding hands in public. I was a little nervous because I'd never been in public with a woman before, scared somebody was gonna, jump out and try to sell us a Subaru or, give us some rescue puppies to take. I don't know. It was... So we're walking, and we come up to this bus stop, and you might recognize this if you've ever been catcalled. I like to call it the little butthole mouth. I saw a guy sitting at the bus stop, and I see him like... And I'm like, ooh, what shiny turd's gonna pop out of that one? I'm ready. Walking up, and he goes, damn, y'all look happy. I was like, oh, he's lonely. Oh, this is sad. Then I got another cat call once when I was in McDonald's on New Year's Day because I'm not changing, right? No resolutions for me. Give me some McGriddles. And this guy sidled up to me, and I say sidle. This is what I heard in my ear. Hello. Right there. I turn around, and he goes, damn, you're like a sexier version of shut the fuck up. Yeah. Now, half of that was him talking, and half of that was me talking. So he said, damn, you're like a sexier version of, and I whipped around and I said, shut the fuck up! And I learned a very important lesson that day. You gotta let them get the whole cat call out. Because now I don't know what I'm a sexier version of. And I'm doomed to go back to that McDonald's every New Year's Day until the end of time, trying to find this man, you know, be like, excuse me, miss, there was a man here. He said I was beautiful. He said I was a sexier version of the guy from Workaholics. I don't know. Someone tell me. Little Orphan Annie. Also, that guy, oh my God, don't come up to me on New Year's Day. I had just woken up next to a guy with a 311 tattoo that morning. You know what I mean? Just woke up next to a guy with a 311 tattoo that did not make me come original. Okay. All right. I knew that one was gonna hit hard in here. I knew that was gonna hit hard. You guys like Neil Diamond? All right. Yeah. I just wanted to ask that to get you back on track, to let you know that I also like him. No, I actually saw him perform once at the Hollywood Bowl, and he said he was introducing a song, and he was like, you know, there's nothing like the great chasm between love and hurt. And I was like, the word's chasm. And I'm like, oh my God, no one's ever told Neil Diamond he's saying this word wrong. That's how he lives his life, you guys. He just goes around saying, they're like, we're not going to correct you, you're Neil Diamond. So I'm just imagining him like ordering churros, being like, I'd like some churros, please. And they're like, yeah, Neil, you go ahead, bring it, brother. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. I guess I got to do a foreskin joke because we're all going to show them at the end of the show, I take it. I do. I'm not a slut. I'm just like the Michael Jordan of fucking shitty guys named Michael and Jordan, you know. And so I have, our phones keep every number in there now, right? Every person you've ever met is in there. And I have all my old hookups in there now, and they're all there under weird identifying markers, if you will. And I have this fear I'm going to be in an accident someday. Somebody's going to get a hold of my phone to contact somebody, and they're going to end up calling one of these guys, right? And he's like, hello? And they're like, hello, is this Matt Canadian Foreskin? He's like, yes? What's this all about? And they're like, okay, Matt Canadian Foreskin, Barbara's been in a terrible accident. And he's like, you're calling me from Crazy Big Areola's phone. I don't know who. So I was like, is that because she's crazy or her areolas? Okay, all right, Matt Canadian Foreskin, Crazy Big Areolas has been in a terrible accident. If you could just come down to the hospital, she's been very badly burned. If you happen to have any extra skin that we could graft onto her face. Okay, I'm Babs Gray. You guys have been so much fun. Bye. I'm just going to...
Give it up one more time for Babs. Boulder Comedy Festival. Did you guys have fun? I appreciate you being here for the Boozy Brunch Show with me, Ricky Ramos. Thank you, Lafayette. You've been beautiful.